You're listening to episode 45 of the Let's Go Comic Show. Today we talk about all the Brian Michael Bendis business, all of the May movie trailers, Gotham by Gaslight, and Smell Them Floppies.
So this is episode 45 of the Let's Go Comic Show. Matt, how are you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, sir?
Doing flipping fantastic right now because
fantastic. Why?
So many good comics, so much news and stuff has come out. But
there is a lot of good stuff.
There's a lot. Maybe not all of it's great, but it's still just so much content. So let's just jump into it.
But before we do that,
this is the Let's Go Comic Show, where we talk about comics, comic books, comic movies, comic TV shows, everything in the world of comics. But we rate those things, Matt, and how do we do that?
We do that with our Let's Go Comic Show rating system, and that would be gotta go, a let's go, a go, and a don't go. And you know what? You know how long we've been doing that rating system, Justin?
How long?
A year.
A year.
Happy anniversary.
Is today our anniversary?
You forgot our anniversary. I set you up. Ha!
Has it really been a year?
I can't believe you didn't even bring anything.
Oh, dude. Well,
I remember.
You remember. Is that why you have this drink here? You were trying to create a nice
drink
night
for you and everything.
Oh my gosh, I feel terrible. No, I feel terrible. Wait,
I had this feeling. Okay, so I had this feeling driving home from work today.
Oh my gosh!
Like
you didn't.
I was
I'm actually. You just like.
I literally just sprung that on you.
Oh,
like we're not pretending.
Just like real life.
Just like, I can't believe you forgot. Anything special going on today?
No.
I was driving home and I was thinking to myself, like, wasn't it around February sometime, like where we started?
Yeah.
February 8th, man, we put up our first 3 episodes on the same day.
Oh man.
February 7th we did episode 0. February 8th, 2017 we did episodes 1 and 2.
Remember we recorded episode 0 like 3 times?
Yep. I do remember that. And even the third time was not the charm.
That's true. Go back and listen.
I went back and listened to all 3 of those episodes and I was like, that wasn't awesome. Things have gotten better, but also, you want to know the things we were talking about, Justin?
Oh, gosh.
In episode 1.
What were we talking about?
Superman's trunks.
That's funny.
NBC's Powerless.
Oh, no way.
And Justice League. I mean, so not a whole lot has changed in a year.
Oh, wow. There we go. Yeah, here's the information. Why the DCEU has some problems, good comic book costumes, and more. Wow. So, interesting. So, we're at we should be at episode 52 by now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we lost a few weeks here and there.
We did. And we did do the giant size annual Lego movie episode.
Lego Batman.
Lego, that was its own thing. We took the regular numbering, did not happen on that.
That was like
episode.
A week after we started the show.
Yeah, we're like, hey, man, let's do 3 episodes today.
And then this 4th one.
Some of these titles are really funny. I'm like, I want to like go and go back and go, what the heck is that one all about?
I even looked back to try to see, like, man, was there any good cutting room floor, like bloopers and stuff?
Yes.
But there really wasn't for those first couple episodes. It was just, cut that.
Yeah, let's record really quick in a room.
Is my microphone working? Oh, I'm not close enough to my microphone. It was all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, I love these titles. Purple Bruce Willis.
Oh man.
Beach bathrooms. All right, don't go. Oh, that's the episode I wasn't on. That's when you guys did the Injustice 2 episode. Oh,
thanks, Tim.
Intensity in 10 bottle cities. I don't know if you've heard about Disneyland. I remember that. That's when we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Batman puts chocolate bars in his leg pouches for Robin. That's just a funny title. All right. And the Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
Hey, you know what, Justin? Happy anniversary, friend.
Happy anniversary, dude. I brought you nothing.
It's all good, man. You brought your friendship.
I've been working late.
Don't you understand what I do for us?
I was working. Oh man. Oh, that's really funny. All day I didn't get any of the signals.
That longing stare I gave you at the comic book shop.
I was like,
No, I actually seriously didn't think about it till like this evening on the way home from work. I looked it up and I was like, oh crap, that is this week. Okay.
There we go.
But you know what, dude? I'm so grateful like for all the people listening right now.
Thank you, people.
Thank you for listening, listeners.
Thank you for 5 stars and great reviews.
And if you
go ahead and do that right now.
Wish us a happy anniversary by leaving an awesome review about the show and what it's meant to you this last year.
What better way? Oh my gosh, I'm a terrible husband. It's real terrible. You're already reaching out to others to congratulate you since I didn't do it. Like,
hey, will someone else celebrate me since Justin?
Well, Shelly did. Shelly said that she loves me.
Why did I get a card from someone else's husband?
Oh man, this is funny. Okay, this is getting uncomfortable and at the same time like super like close to home. So let's just jump into the show and start talking about all the freaking news. Like literally after we hit stop last week.
We joke about this all the time. That, as soon as we're done recording, something big's going to happen. And lo and behold.
Yeah, freaking Brian Michael Bendis says, hey, guess what? I'm writing everything at DC Comics. Everything. He's all, Batman, check. Superman, all the books. John Jones, check.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I'm going to merge both the universes together. So, so the news is coming out of, after Action Comics 1000, they're going to do, what is it called? DC
Nation
number zero.
So that's going to include a Justice League story that leads into No Justice. Mm-hmm. That's going to have a Batman story that leads into the wedding of Catman and Catwoman.
Catman and Batwoman. They just show up though. Guess what? We're crashing his wedding.
Changing it up.
That's funny. It's like one of those old 1950s comics.
Catman.
The wedding of Catman and Batwoman. What?
Anyway,
all right.
So the Joker.
Do they still call each other Bat and Cat though? He's like,
Probably.
"Hey, what's up, Bat?" And like Batman's like, it actually sounds really stupid when someone else says. I actually like the whole Bat Cat thing.
But we also get a Superman story leading into a 4-week mini series by Bendis called Man of Steel.
And who's drawing that again? Different artists in every issue.
Different artists each issue. I'm pretty sure Jason Fabok is doing one of those, and Jorge Menez is probably doing one.
Oh gosh, yes. And it's called Man of Steel, just like the old John Byrne one.
Exactly.
So that's kind of a big deal to to kind of jump on that, to say, hey, we're going to jump on something that's kind of known as reinventing Superman. Mm-hmm. But that was like freaking 1986, so that's a long time ago.
And what's really interesting, too, that I've seen people point out, too, is that Brian Michael Bendis has made the comment, like in interviews of like, I'm like a Jewish boy from Cleveland, which consequently so were
the creators of Superman.
The creators of Superman.
There you go.
And so people are wondering, like, man, like, what does this mean? Like, does he want to take Superman back to some of these roots? Like, again, I mean, we saw that Grant Morrison tried that a little bit with the New 52 Action Comics run. So I think it should be interesting to see what Bendis brings to this character, like what he creates that's new, what he brings back that, that is kind of core to the character. How do you feel about the change, Justin, especially being someone that's been following this book all of Rebirth?
Yeah. To be honest, like, I feel like it might be needed. Man, it was such a strong book, and I feel like the last, 8 or so issues have been kind of like, have just been okay, have been like subpar.
Yeah.
Because I was putting it above Batman for a while. I was like, dude,
I remember at the beginning of Rebirth, like,
Superman's
that was a big deal.
like so good. And right now it's just been kind of plugging away. And the one thing that makes me like, oh crap, I may buy, because if he's writing both, he's gonna be writing Action and Superman. I'm probably gonna be buying both books.
Nice.
Crap. But I'm excited for it. I mean, I like Superman. I just want to be excited about Superman because
Superman goes back to monthly though.
Oh, does it? Oh, really? So do both books go back to monthly?
I feel like I remember reading that, yeah.
Okay, if both books go back to monthly, I'll do that.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, because if it's every other week, I can't do that, guys. You're gonna take me out. So, but I think maybe they're just trying to get to like issue 1000 fast or something. I don't know.
Probably.
So, but so all the covers. Sorry, going back to the Man of Steel stuff. It's Yvonne Rice or Heiss, however you say that. He's doing all the covers. I think they're an interconnecting cover for Man of Steel. And
that's
then
cool.
Everyone who's doing the miniseries, Doc Shaner, Ryan Sook, Kevin Maguire, Adam Hughes, and Jason Fabok, which is really funny because all those artists have a really nice, clean look and style that capture facial expressions really well, except Jason Fabok. And that's not a knock. He's just he's a more like comic book, like gritty type of artist. You know, he's in that vein of like a Jim Lee.
Yeah, he gets
Tony
like the
Daniels
big action beats, I feel like.
So he seems like the one that sticks out, and not like a sore thumb, but like, oh, that's a different pick with all these other guys. Like I think of Kevin Maguire and Adam Hughes. I'm like, oh, that's Justice League International days, and they have a certain look. But then you get the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez art will be on the prelude to Man of Steel, which is in the DC Nation thing.
Oh, yeah, Jorge Jimenez is doing the Justice League story in DC Nation.
There you go.
That's
okay. So yeah, man, this sounds cool. I'm excited for it. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff with the Bendis stuff. I guess all his stuff is coming over his Jinx world,
right? And they haven't announced the artists teaming with him on Action and Superman after that, right?
No, actually they have, because Peter Tomasi's gone, which I don't know where he's going to go, but Pat Gleason is going to stay on.
Oh,
he's staying on, but he'll be doing Action. He's moving from Superman to Action. So
got it.
I thought they did talk about where.
I don't remember hearing an artist for Superman. Well, speaking of Tomasi, like, where do you think he's going to go?
I don't know. I hope he goes and does some more Batman stuff. Or
here's the only rumor that I've seen swirling around. I don't know how like legit it is, but someone was like, detective?
Huh. Yeah,
which I'd be curious if James Tynion is like
gonna stay.
Hitting up like other projects. Maybe that moves him away from detective.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that could be a cool. I would like to see that.
What if he does a Shazam book or something?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Shazam movie coming
over there, dude.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Dude, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts.
I would 100% read that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Get Tomasi and Shaner on a
Shazam.
Oh, dude, yes.
Shazamer. Yeah, I would read that. That'd be a good book. So yeah, I don't know where he's going. I really like him. I just feel like he ran out of steam on Superman for a while. He wasn't writing all the issues though. I think that's when it was like
father-son aspect at the beginning of that run was just so great.
Yeah, it was so good, and it's kind of done. So, anyways, really excited about that. My fear was he was going to do the Batman books, and I really want Tom King to stay on and do what he's doing. So, I'm glad that he's not doing that, because there was that
talking
hint
about Bendis.
Yeah, Bendis, because there was that hint that he said like, oh yeah, when I do Batman, it would be the bookend to the Daredevil story I told. I'm like, wait, don't do Batman right now. Like, if he does Batman in the future, cool. But I just want King to finish up what he's doing, because I really like
absolutely
what Tom King's doing. So okay, cool. That's really good news, man. That like
we've been wondering for a while, right?
Yeah, like what's he doing? What's he doing?
What is he going to be doing?
Everything.
So, all of the biggest things.
Okay, all of the things, the big things, and then people.
Well, and the other things is he's going to start. So he's bringing his creator-owned Jinx World.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Into DC, but then also it seems like it's an unannounced other imprint as well. In addition, so he's doing a lot of stuff.
I guess he just likes to write, dude. I don't know, man. So
and he does a good job, man. I don't mind if they can handle it. I don't mind writers doing a lot of titles. Do you know what I mean? Like getting a lot of content from a good writer.
As long as it's good,
I'm great with that.
It's really weird because his creator-owned stuff has gone from like Image to Marvel. Like Powers has been published by Marvel and Image, now DC. I think it was I want to say.
Really? Was it at both of them?
Yeah. So now there you go. It's coming to DC. So cool. Powers was fun. I read Powers for a long time, actually. Like early 2000s. I read a lot, man. And so I remember I bought the trade for, what was her name? I think it was a Retro Girl. I forget. Anyways, good book. It was fun. Deadpool trailer came out today. And I didn't know it was coming out. Did you know it was coming out?
No idea.
No. So I don't know if it was like solicited anywhere, but I woke up and I was like, oh, Deadpool trailer. Let's check this out. And right off the bat, dude, they got DC. You know what? Here's the thing. DC needs to like get their crap in gear, because they need to know whatever we mess up on, Deadpool is just going to lampoon that crap, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like Green Lantern, check, did it. Like Justice League, you already got it, dude. Like they need to knock it out of the park, because they're just going to poke him, dude. But other than that, it was fun. It was Deadpool.
Yeah, it was good. The action beats with Cable were really, really cool. It was inspiring.
It was inspiring. I loved the little.
It was just exciting. It was cool.
It was cool. I liked the action stuff with the action figures and Deadpool being Deadpool. I'm hoping that the joke doesn't get old. Kind of like what I was saying about Ant-Man last week. like I'm gonna see it. It's just, is it gonna be like, oh, okay, you're doing that again,
right?
You know? And it's a different director, so we'll see. But it's the John Wick director, right? That's doing this one.
Yeah, potentially John Wick 2.
Yeah,
one of them.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't have all the facts.
Either way, I think you can see that
John Wick show.
You can see that influence. I think even in the shots we saw, like the action just looks real, like quick, tight, like well paced.
Yeah.
What would you give that trailer?
Oh man, I'd give it a let's go.
I agree.
I want to go. I want to see it, and I'm going to see it.
There you go.
Along with every other movie in the month of May of 2018. So what else we got coming out? We have the Han Solo movies coming out.
Yeah. And we got a teaser trailer for that as well.
So Han Solo, we got a teaser trailer with the Super Bowl, and then we got the actual trailer the next day on Good Morning America, where all Star Wars fans hang out.
It was like the teaser tease and then the teaser trailer.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking they were really memorable, like shots, like really memorable visuals right away. Like to see the shot of like Lando, like in like it looked like maybe something snowy, like had a big jacket on. I'm like, sweet, I like how that looks. To see the Millennium Falcon looking a little more shiny, a little younger, and to see the most memorable one, was that Star Destroyer like coming down through the clouds.
Oh yeah,
it was such a good shot. And even the really fun one where it was just a quick shot of like the droid and maybe Lando, like whoever's sitting next to him, just kind of doing the quick like hand motion together. Like, so I just gave it a cool. I was almost like, I was almost thinking like, oh, it's like Daft Punk.
Yeah,
it's like what it reminded me of in like a really good way.
Yeah.
I would say like it's not bad, and I'm not passing judgment, but I'm just not convinced on the actor playing Han. From what I saw.
Okay, here's where I'm at. It looks like Star Wars. It feels like Star Wars.
Especially like Rogue One and The Last Jedi. It feels like in the same visual space as those.
Yeah. It definitely feels, but it feels new and modern. And for some reason, the little robot from Power Rangers is in it.
Alpha.
It looks like Alpha's rolling around in there, dude. They're like,
aye.
I feel like I'm going to be really into this movie. I like seeing the Millennium Falcon. Even at the end of the trailer, he's kind of got this like cockiness. I think it works. And I think the thing I'm going to be interested in is how much did Ron Howard shoot on his own? And how much are they using that was from Lord and Miller? Like,
yeah, that's going to be.
I don't know what the percentages are. I haven't stayed up to date on that, but it looks. I can see where the humor can be, though, too. Like, if they were saying there's a lot of humor in this, in the beats in the trailer, I can feel like, oh, I can see that going really funny. Hopefully, it doesn't get silly. I don't mind funny. It just has to be again.
I'm okay with a little silly. If we had a Star Wars that was a little more comedic,
universe appropriate is what I mean. That's all.
I think they can push genres a little more. I feel like that's what they're going to need to do if they keep making a bajillion different Star Wars movies.
Well, I just hope that
that's my.
It depends on the characters, dude. Like if it's all droids and Ewoks, sure. If it's Han Solo, he can be a little quippy, but
yeah, he's supposed
Darth
to be
Vader, no jokes with Darth Vader. You know?
No.
So, all right, okay, moving on. So finally, the biggest movie of May, in my opinion, is Avengers: Infinity War.
Yep. So we got a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. Nothing really to that. To be honest, there wasn't much there where
there was more footage. Like there was different footage, I should say, than the teaser trailer that we saw a while back.
It didn't I just don't feel like there was too much to it that it was gonna like set the world on fire, and not in a bad way. I wasn't disappointed by it.
No, and it made me think of like we've talked before about how there's some movies where it's like you almost don't even need to make a trailer.
Yeah.
Like it's so big and so obvious that people are going to see it.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't seem like they feel any immediacy in trying to prove anything in these trailers we've seen so far.
Yeah.
The footage we've seen so far is like, yep, all these guys are fighting together.
Yep, and that's it.
And literally that's it. And I'm like, that's fine because that's what I'm expecting. Like, you're trying to fit like 20 people in one movie. Like, that's fine. Like, I get that. I would say the one biggest thing that people are talking about coming out of this footage was Captain America's shield situation.
Yeah.
So it's like arm shields?
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, sweet. Looks cool.
Yeah, I'm down. Like, of course, he's going to end up getting his real shield again at some point.
Yeah.
I like seeing Spider-Man climb the giant, like, war engine, whatever the heck he's on.
Yeah, that was cool. There's questions of Vision's fate. Mm-hmm. Like, what happens when you pry that Infinity Stone out of his forehead?
I was afraid I was talking about today.
Yeah.
From last episode, our rad friend, he was like, did he think he was going to die?
He's going to die.
I was like, he's not going to die. Matt's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt's different. Dude? Matt's like, I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, let's wait a few months and like actually watch the movie and see what happens.
Yeah.
I feel like the other big thing that people are talking about too is that it looks like from the little bit we saw that this could be the closest we've had to an on-screen representation of Iron Man's bleeding edge armor.
Oh, okay.
Where it's
tell me more about his bleeding edge.
Bleeding edge armor is made out of nano robots or nanites.
Okay.
To where he controls it using his mind, so he can like not only can he just form the suit anytime he wants over himself, but he can like create like cannons or whatever extra weapons or wings or different things on his arm or on his armor.
Gotcha.
Actually. So almost kind of like a cyborg kind of situation, you know, like how he can kind of change stuff around. It's similar to that. Okay. So I've seen the look of that, and it looks like there's a moment, if you look really quick, that people have analyzed this trailer way too much, where you see the suit kind of forming around Tony. Not like it's like flying in pieces to meet him, but it's actually like forming around him, I guess.
All right.
So I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean,
wait, why not?
With Iron Man, he can do anything with the suit. Like I think if it just came on him the same way all the time, like that gets old. Like
they want to create
Tony
something
Stark's
new visually.
Pushing. That's the one thing with Iron Man, that you can always do something different with the character. Like,
you know what I loved? I rewatched Civil War. I don't remember if I mentioned this last episode or not. It's like a little over a week ago. Rewatched Civil War with my kids. Started watching Doctor Strange last night. Like just making our way through some of them again. Mm. And I still like that moment where the Winter Soldier starts to go nuts or whatever, and they all are trying to fight him.
Yeah.
And Tony Stark walks up and he hits his watch and then like just pulls the glove.
Yeah.
Of like the Iron Man gauntlet over his hand.
Yeah.
That's still such a cool moment.
Right.
Like I looked at him like, oh gosh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, that movie's good, dude. That's a good movie.
That movie stands up incredibly well, I should say, just to throw that out there.
I think most of them do, besides like Dark World and there's still parts of that movie that I think are fun. So
yeah,
we got to do a special Marvel
dude, Civil War is so good.
Cinematic Universe
and I'm
episode.
So freaking pumped. Like I'm already pumped for Black Panther, but seeing him on screen again, like going back to Civil War, I was like, oh gosh, please give me more of that.
Yeah, it was good. All right, cool. So trailers, we're done. Jessica Jones had a trailer, but what else? It was Jessica Jones. She was upset.
Yeah, it was Jessica Jones. Yeah. I think if you like that character and you were,
I'm not dismissing the show. I'm just like, it's just her kind of being brooding, and you got the yeahs going on. That's just cool.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like I was pretty neutral on the show. That wasn't even last year, huh? Was it 2 years ago?
Nah, I don't remember.
So we haven't talked about it on our show really.
You don't know our anniversary. You forgot.
I forgot the anniversary already. Dang it. But I was pretty neutral. Like it wasn't Iron Fist, but it also wasn't Daredevil. It was kind of somewhere in the middle of like, it was pretty good.
I like Jessica Jones. I just think it was too long. I think it was like 3 episodes too long. I think they could have shortened the story.
I think I was halfway through the season before I realized I needed to shift my expectations of what it should be.
I think I watched episode 8 like 3 times. I was like, oh, what the heck is going on? Because my wife was watching it with me, and then she watched ahead of me, and then it was just like, I don't know, man. It was getting depressing. I was like, let's just get out of this house. Let's get out of the house. But Purple Man, dude, he was cool. All right. So let's get into some reviews. But let's start off. We got to watch Gotham by Gaslight, which was available on digital download last week. Came out on video this week. And we got to go to the world premiere in Beverly Hills, courtesy of Batman on Film and Warner Brothers Pictures. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And so, what'd you think, dude, about Gotham by Gaslight? Now, Matt has not read the original book by Brian Augustyn and the amazing Mike Mignola. Yeah.
So going into it, like, not really knowing what to expect. We're going to spoil this.
Yeah, so FYI.
So here are my thoughts. What I liked about it, I thought the voice acting and the cast, like the choices, were good.
Mm-hmm. Cast was great.
Yeah. As I've said before, not too long ago, Bruce Greenwood is one of my favorite Batman voices for animation. And I think he still did a great job on this. I think Scott Patterson.
Not Peterson.
Let's try that again. He was a good choice as Commissioner Gordon. I feel like he was a standout to me as well.
Yeah.
The other people felt like
considering he said, I don't know, I just got it, just read it. Just read the script.
It's the job.
It's the job.
So it's what's on the page.
Yep.
Hey, I can respect someone that's like that straightforward with like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good. The fight sequences were incredible.
Those were good. The fight, yeah, they were good.
It felt like the best choreographed animated fight scenes that I've seen, probably.
Yep.
Like, it just felt really smooth, really quick, but had a lot of like movement behind it, a lot of power behind each of the hits. You were like, oh gosh, like that hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff that I didn't care for is it seemed like certain moments were kind of drawn out. Mm-hmm. And they weren't drawn out. I get like drawing something out to kind of let a moment sink in for something.
Yeah.
But it seemed like there was no movement through those drawn out moments. Mm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's someone's like mouth slightly moving or them slightly turning or their eyes squinting a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like in like a moment, there was none of those like small kind of moments you look for in any like normal kind of film. When you want a moment where there's no dialogue or no music or whatever, like you want something to be taking up that space. And so it felt really static in those moments to me. And the other thing was it just felt like I knew that their budget wasn't great before anyone saying anything.
Yeah.
Cause there, and that's not because there weren't quality moments, but because there was just like, it seemed like a lot of animation shortcuts. Mm-hmm. And I don't know a ton about animation. So if I'm noticing it, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be people that are noticing it. And so it just seemed like some of the ways that characters, like if they were far enough away, they just kind of became blobs. Or like if there's a crowd of men, they all kind of look like Commissioner Gordon and the Chief Bullock, but with like slightly different hair colors and stuff. Like, so it just seemed like a lot of like repeating things or maybe not as clear stuff. That kind of distracted me a little bit, honestly. And then I would say plot-wise, didn't love what apparently is a change up from the original, and who ended up being the role of Jack the Ripper. Not my fave.
Yeah, I wasn't super sold on that. One of the things I didn't care for, I didn't mind Selena Kyle being in the story, but there was nothing about her
which was like a shift.
Yeah,
right, from
she's not in the book. She wasn't Catwoman. There was no Catwoman things about her.
She used a whip.
She used a whip and she
slept with Batman.
That was about it. You know, other than that, there was nothing. There was like a cat in like the foreground or something in a few scenes. And she wasn't a thief or anything like that. There was none of the key parts of her character. And I just think that's a key component. Like that would have been a very interesting thing to put into that story. And she was just really an advocate for women.
There's no like dynamic of Bruce feeling like he needs to reform her or that like tension of like, what do I do? Like, we're not supposed to be together.
Yeah.
It was like, she's just a woman that like owns like a dance company. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and so I was like, I don't think she's ever going to be that burglar that we know. Like, she's not from that point, right? She's already settled down with Bruce by the end of the movie. But I will say one of the things I really thought was clever, because I've always wondered, honestly, like, Catwoman's got a whip. Okay, just because she's got a whip. Mm-hmm. But this one, like, her backstory being that she like grew up like as part of a circus.
Yeah, that was
cool. That it was her cat that like she kind of took her persona from. Was being trained by the lion tamers, right? Or being a lion tamer.
Who was her dad? Which
I thought like that actually makes the whip make sense.
Yeah,
it ties into the cat theme. I was like, I get that. Yeah. And it seems appropriate for the era, too, where you would have had, like, circuses would have been a thing. Mm-hmm. So I liked that aspect. Yeah. Actually, how did you feel about, we had 3 orphans that we ran into.
Oh, the Robins were great.
Jason, Dickie, Timmy.
How'd
you feel about that?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And speaking of which, they had a lot of, like, Easter eggs in this movie.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were talking about on the way home from it was Jason Todd, his character has red hair. Mm-hmm. And like when he first was introduced, he has red hair in the comics, and Bruce makes him dye it black, and it's really kind of weird. It's like, hey,
which I feel like he's back to that now, right?
I don't know.
When he's been in there, like in the Batman book, when they've all been hanging out?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they've kind of kept the post-crisis version of that at this point. But yeah, I think that's where... Anyways, that being said, I like that. And the Robins were great. I think they used them to... it was a fun little addition to the story. Again, I don't mind padding out the story and giving it other things, but make the character true to what they are. You know, like there's certain things that work about Catwoman, and you nailed it. The dynamic between Batman and Catwoman was not there. That tension. Tension is right. So nothing else to add to that except I agree with you 100% on that. So, again, I just want to say the voice cast is really good, and they did a great job in having fun with it. Just a side note, the voice actors are the funnest people. So
yeah, as far as interacting with them and stuff like that, for sure,
they were fun. So other than that, I give it a go. It's not awful. It's not an awful Batman movie. It's just my big issues were the story, how it flowed, and then the artwork. Just it seemed too flat, and like it felt like Justice League action, which I like as a show. But that's a fun, lighthearted show. This is a really dark, moody tale, and it needed the artwork to reflect it. I think in my sometimes that works to have a completely different look and a crazy story, but I think this story needed a different color palette, and I think it needed to be a little less clean. But those are my thoughts. I think they spent their whole budget on the Batman Caped Crusaders, Batman versus Two-Face movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's in my opinion, because these things, they cost money, but you can tell when they cut costs. So, anyways, it's a go for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say it's a go. I wouldn't say don't see it, but I would say just go in just to kind of enjoy the moments that are there. That you want, the fight sequences, man.
Yeah, the fight sequences are good, but it's definitely not Gotham by Gaslight. So if you're waiting for Gotham by Gaslight, an adaptation that is closely resembling that book, it is not that, guys.
Adaptations are a tough thing, man.
Yeah.
But in any genre, whether comic books or literature, it's that I don't envy their job. I should say, it just that's a tough job to kind of transfer between mediums like that.
Yeah.
Because there's something really special about comics that sometimes it works best. A story works best in comics because of what you're able to do.
Well, it's the visual medium, and it's what you can create on the page. You can't duplicate that in animation so much. I guess you can. It gets more and more expensive and complicated, and so. Anywho,
agreed.
On to some actual comics. Are you ready to smell
comic books?
The floppies, Matt Ritchie?
I am ready.
You ready? Speaking of Batman and Catwoman.
Batman number 4.
I'm so pissed off at Tom King from Batman 39, dude. Can't believe he would spit in the face.
You liar.
Of #Batcat and all of the things that he was building for all these issues, and then throw it away for a Tirst in the hay with
I fully base
Diana
all
Prince.
of my judgments of comic books on their cliffhanger endings.
Or wait. Let the story play out. Anyways, issue 40 of Batman.
No story playing out. That cliffhanger is what it determines the future of the character.
So everybody who wrote those death threats into Tom King, you can take him back, apologize, send him a nice letter. Batman and Diana they never slide down the bat pole. You know what I'm saying? They don't take out the golden lasso. They don't enter the Hall of Justice. So, oh man,
the invisible jet stays in the hangar.
Yeah, that's right. So anywho, this I really like this. This whole storyline. It's such a goofy concept, but it's such a really when you start thinking about how long Bruce Wayne has been with Wonder Woman. How many years was it again?
It's 37?
37 years?
Something like that.
It's crazy.
Because every hour is 10 years or something like that.
Yeah. And it's...
And so you get... It's this incredible thing where you have this story where it's kind of a goofy concept, over the top. But he uses it in a way, as Tom King tends to do, to really explore something really meaningful and I think really real. And that you see the two sides of it, right? You see the test that kind of Batman and Wonder Woman go through. And obviously they don't actually go through with it like everyone assumed they would at the end of Batman 39.
Yeah.
But you have the other side of that with the Gentleman, you really get to see his sacrifice that he makes.
Yeah.
Like the sacrifice and the tension that Batman and Wonder Woman are facing and Catwoman in relation to that, I think really puts into perspective what the Gentleman like sacrifices to be able to do his job and do what he does. I thought that was a really great moment.
Yeah. It almost makes him, he's the least selfish. And all he wanted was a little bit of time.
Yeah. He just wanted a couple hours, man.
He's like, all right, whatever.
Because that wasn't even 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Then? So, I mean.
So, where Batman and Wonder Woman had all that time. So, yeah, dude, it was a fun book. And yeah, I really like at the end where she's like, where Catwoman's like, you know what, next time I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'll go with my husband. And she's really embracing this idea of, this is what our marriage will be. Like, he'll be my husband and I will be by his side. And Wonder Woman's kind of like, I think, not taken aback, but it seems like she's really like, I'm really proud of you. And then it's kind of funny.
Like she's impressed.
Yeah. And then she's kind of like, if something did happen, I would hurt you, basically. And like, well, you were kind of pouring it on a little thick, Wonder Woman, though. FYI, last issue, she was just like, come close to me,
only
Bruce.
us.
You're not so silly without that mask, whatever. But
she also, in this moment, like when you get the fallout from that moment at the beginning of this issue, you have her telling Bruce, like, she seems like a good woman, so you need to be a good man for her.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm going to, like, beat you up.
Yeah. But
Which
she's
I was
definitely like...
And she tells Selena, like, that good moment at the end of the book, too, where she's like, I've heard, like, you're a criminal or a villain or whatever wording she uses.
Yeah.
But really, like, I think you can be a hero.
Yeah. So, it was good. I give it a let's go. The whole story. It's
also
good.
Props to Joelle Jones on that art, man.
It's so good.
So great.
I love when Tom King tweets out, oh, I'm seeing some stuff by Joelle Jones, some more stuff. And I'm like, what else is she working on? This Batman book, dude.
The lineup of, he's got such a great rhythm, it seems, going with this rotation of artists.
Yeah.
Because we saw this last week, Lee Weeks is going to do a story arc, including Mr. Freeze. He talked about like this cryptic tweet about like how he's writing something crazy, and he's like, I feel sorry for Mikhail Yanin.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dang, we get to more art from him? Yes. Like, and so it gets me excited because I'm like, I've seen this rotation of artists.
Yeah.
And have Tony Daniel is going to be doing.
Oh, is he?
Some
he's
issues.
doing some covers, right?
I believe he's doing story arc.
I like Tony Daniel, but like, I feel like his art in like early 2000s was really good, and he went through a phase where he got a little. It just looked different. I don't. He's not.
I wonder if
consistent.
part of that was when he was doing writing and art.
Maybe
like if that like maybe like made it harder for him to keep that same quality up.
Maybe I don't know. I just don't feel he's consistent, and so. But I'm never like upset when I'm like, oh, he's drawing it, so he does a good job. So.
You know what book I got?
What you got?
Infinity Countdown, Adam Warlock, #1.
What?
So we have that is the art is by our old favorite, Michael Allred, and Laura Allred.
Hey.
So it's like I said, the art is Mike and Laura Allred and Jerry Dugan, writer. And so what I liked about this issue, obviously the art, because Mike and Laura do freaking awesome work. And somehow it seems like appropriate for a character like Adam Warlock, who's kind of weird. You know what I mean? And
he's super weird.
And I don't know a ton about him. I mean, you have Adam Warlock and Kang the Conqueror are your two main people that are in this book primarily.
Yeah.
So it seems like a pretty good team to bring that to life because they're two kind of crazy characters. It felt very much like a primer of like Adam Warlock and what his past has been and what the character that he's been, the role he's played.
Yeah. And
then sets up like, here's stuff is going to go down. Here's how you're going to enter into it. Which I appreciated because I don't know a lot about Adam Warlock. I don't know a lot about like Infinity Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so to have like something that's a primer and a preview at the same time with this like caliber of art and stuff, I'm 100% for it. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
What I like is that you bought it because of Mike Allred.
Yeah.
To be honest, right? It was like, you have to read the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff because that what I was telling you from last a month, like it opens this up. It like really like sets up this entire story. And so, yeah, I'm gonna need to borrow that and read that. there's a lot happening today. So, he just threw it right there in my stack.
Threw it in that stack.
Thanks, buddy.
I threw it in your stack.
Thank you for doing that. So
happy anniversary.
Again, I got you nothing.
I got you this. Nothing. I got you this comic.
So, anything else did you get?
Yeah, Iron Fist 77.
Hey, how's that?
Still dig this. This was the end of an arc.
Nice.
And I thought it was a great end to an arc, and it actually feels like it's the end of the second arc, but these two arcs kind of seem to form one bigger arc.
Okay.
Really good. I think Ed Brisson, if I'm saying that right, has been really great. And then I want to say, want to look at the artist's name, Mike Perkins. I don't know why I wanted to say Troy Perkins. I don't know whoever you are, Troy Perkins.
Sounds like a baseball player.
Thanks for listening, Troy Perkins.
Up a bet.
No, Mike Perkins, I still dig the art style. I feel like I say all the same things every time I get an issue.
Yeah.
But it really is just a solid. I think there's something to be said for things that stand out of it's Mike Allred or it's whoever, and this is weird and cool, you know what I mean? But then there's something to be said for the ones that are just really consistently just good.
Yeah.
And so Iron Fist continues to be a let's go for me. I think it's totally worthwhile. I think it's a character that I think it seems like the creative team has found a niche for him that works really well.
Yeah, don't cancel it.
Please don't stop canceling.
Come on, Marvel.
Stuff. Or if you're going to do that, at least bring back Power Man and Iron Fist. Get Walker and Green back in this, dude.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Hey, real quick. What did you rate the Infinity Countdown? What do you think it's?
Oh, sorry. I would say that's a let's go.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be for everyone just because it's kind of out there and kind of seems like its own thing.
Yeah.
But really enjoyable. I made sure to get the all red, what's it called?
Cover.
Yeah. Well,
the front of the book.
What's that front of the book?
The front of the book is called what? And then Iron Fist.
Variant is the word I was looking for. Thank you very much.
There you go. Cool. And then, so what about Iron Fist? You said that
Iron Fist is still a let's go, yeah.
Cool. Dang, man, that's good.
It's good stuff. I know, we've said before, we kind of both tend towards DC stuff.
Yeah.
But it's good to find those Marvel books that I'm like, man, I like this. I dig it.
Yeah.
I think it's when they take chances with these artists and let them kind of find a niche for these characters. It works really well.
Yeah, that's what I kind of find with the Marvel books is when they just when they're not publishing 70 titles of the same character, and they're just letting them do something interesting.
Yeah,
that's why I'm reading Punisher, because it's freaking that's weird. Punisher taking the War Machine. It's super intriguing to me. Other than that, I could care less about Punisher.
Yeah, totally.
It helped that the TV show was out. It kind of got me
it's something that shakes it up,
Yeah, I'll check that out. So I got Superman 40. I haven't read it yet. Haven't had time. And then I got Daredevil 598, which I did not read yet either. And so, but we're heading towards issue 600. So that'll be nice. But I did get Swamp Thing Winter Special #1. By Tom King and Jason Fabok, and that
I really want to read that, man.
You can. I'm gonna leave it with you, buddy.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna say it gotta go because here's the thing. It's a small story. It really is. It's not a world changing story.
Beautiful.
It's a nice story, and I actually read it with my 8-year-old boy. We took turns reading. He read The Little Boy. There's a little boy in the story.
Yeah.
And I read everything else, like Swamp Thing and narration and whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool story, and it got him to ask questions. And so, hey, there you go, Art making you ask questions, and he was drawing his own conclusions, and I kind of explained to him what I thought, and it was cool. So I really think it was a good book. Again, by Tom King. It's definitely a Tom King book, just the way it's very similar to. Man, you know what? Someone could read you this book and you'd be like, is it by Tom King? The way he lays out his dialogue, similar to a lot of the I Am Bane and Mr. Miracle stuff. And then, again, art by Jason Fabok, which is great. And then you get the back half of the book is an unpublished story by Len Wein and Kelly Jones on art. And
So Len Wein, co-creator
of Swamp Thing. Sorry, him and Bernie Wrightson both created Swamp Thing. And at the end of the book, they actually have two double page kind of dedications to both of them because they both passed away 2017. Yeah. Oh yeah, 2017. Sorry. And so they have that there in the back of the book, and so it's a good thing, man. You know, and it's pricey. It's like $7.99, but it's good, dude. I just definitely feel that if you like comics and you like a good story, they should collect all these Tom King stories that he's done that have been really like kind of poignant and put them in like the Tom King Heartstrings collection or something like that.
Dude, something like that.
Yeah.
But I would even say like what's really cool about this too is that like paying like respects to Lin Wein and Bernie Wrightson. Yeah, it's so funny to think like I haven't read a ton of their comics. I haven't ever met them personally.
Yeah.
But it's like a really meaningful, like almost like emotional thing to see that and to be like, man, like, but the stories that I love have been like impacted by these guys.
Your life has been impacted.
It's true. I mean,
because of the stuff they've created, you know.
Well, yeah, and
I think we do in our lives
is we tell stories. Like we feel connection with stories, right? Like we're always like living in a story of some sort, whether we're telling it or someone else's. And so I think like when someone comes along and creates something so special and so like impactful in storytelling, like we all feel that in a way, you know?
Yeah. With Swamp Thing, like what I like about Swamp Thing is he is definitely the monster, the scary character. And what they did in this is make him the sympathetic monster, which I think every good Swamp Thing story kind of hits that angle of like he is misunderstood, and there is the perception of him being this big like monstrosity, but he is a protector. He is somebody or someone who does what a hero does, and it's such a good story. So I definitely liked it. Definitely picked that one up. Again, it's a gotta go for me. Matt Ritchie has not read it yet. He's just excited. Yeah. So, all right, let's move on to, you got a special 5 issues that you wanted to review. What was that?
Yes. So it was actually my birthday this last weekend.
Did I forget that too?
You forgot. No, Justin didn't forget. I have, he got me volume 1 of Hip Hop Family Tree.
Hey.
Ed Pisker. I started making my way through it a little bit. Man, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's so cool.
You got to listen. There's a playlist on Spotify
format and stuff. Wait, does he have a playlist on Spotify for it?
Well, someone made one for it, so it's pretty cool.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Dang it, dude. I need to find that then.
I'm
going to go back and start from the beginning.
Oh, dang.
Our rad friend, DeLon, who's been a friend of the show, got me the run, which is 5 issues of MPH by...
What's MPH stand for?
Mark Miller.
Mark Miller?
You never find out, actually.
Really? You kind of assume.
You kind of assume it's miles per hour, right? Yeah. So story of... It's a speedster story with like the Mark Miller kind of twist on it.
They're all jerks.
And they're all... Everyone's a douchebag. No, but like I was telling Justin before we recorded, this was probably like... I just sat down and read it in one sitting. And I really enjoyed it. I thought as far as like... I don't always love Mark Miller's stuff because I feel like he kind of goes out of his way to make all of his characters really unlikable.
Yeah.
Like just because he can. I'm like, that's fine. That's like his prerogative, I guess, if he wants to write his characters that way. But this seemed like it had like a really great ending that wasn't like this dark, twisted, like weird ending. Where it's like, oh man, that was actually kind of an uplifting ending, and it was kind of like clever the way it happened. Like, I liked it a lot. Being an appreciator of the Flash and speedsters in general, I thought it was a really worthy addition to kind of like those types of stories.
Do you think that they'll make a show on Netflix for this one? Because he sold all his Miller World. That'd be...
I would totally watch it.
Yeah.
This was a good one. Like, I remember watching Wanted, not thinking it was that great, the movie, as much as I like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And then reading a little bit of the book, and I was like, oh gosh, this is even worse. Like, well, the lead character was just completely like just a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I like this.
We were talking about this at your birthday.
Yeah.
About this whole Wanted thing. And like how it was supposed to be Halle Berry and
Eminem.
Or
instead,
not.
Or James McAvoy.
You know. That works.
Yeah, so I'd give MPH 1 through 5. I would give that a let's go. I say it's worthy to check out for sure. I think Mark Miller, like, your mileage may vary. He's a very divisive, I think, creator, but I think he has really cool concepts, if nothing else. Even if you don't agree with the execution, like, the ideas are really great.
Cool. Yeah, I like him. I think he's good. So I might have to borrow those after I finish.
Throw it in your stack.
Throw it in my stack. I know. All right, so let's get to our final book, Batman, White Knight, number 5.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that one?
This version of Duke Thomas is my favorite.
Yeah? He's
just awesome.
He's not the Signal.
I don't care. This feels like a moving the pieces into place issue.
Yeah.
Still really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And still, it's almost like heartbreaking watching like Batman's descent.
Yeah, Batman's going to come out on top on this, though. Now, like, what I thought in this issue was, like, Sean Murphy kind of set us up with doubt, you know? And now we're kind of like...
Now Batman's pretty much completely isolated, and everyone's like, dude, what's wrong with you? It's
like, you guys are all being played by the Joker. Everyone, the entire city. Even when Batman does look bad, like, he's at a point where you're like, he's either really crazy or just really ahead of the game. And everyone needs to be like, oh, yeah, Batman's usually right? Like, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And we're going to spoil this, obviously. We've said.
Sorry, spoilers.
But I think we get our first glimpse into that when you see that Jack Napier is starting to have like a reaction to the pills.
Yeah.
You're like, uh-oh.
Something's happening.
And you have Neo Joker is like, he's still in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that. So you're like, okay, there's the kind of like seeds have been planted there. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of seeds, that whole thing with Poison Ivy breaking into Wayne Manor and then finding that room, that was cool.
That even Bruce Wayne didn't know about?
I felt that was kind of weird. Like, come on, you should know.
You should know.
He's like,
he also had a fluffy pink rub though. So,
well, he had to like cover up his identity, dude.
Yeah,
that was he'll do anything.
But him confronting like Freeze about that and wanting to know about stuff, and then you're like,
yeah,
you see what they break into at the end. You're like, what the crap?
Can I just tell you, the whole car chase scene was awesome. It felt like I was watching a car chase.
It was so dynamic.
I'm telling you, dude, Sean Murphy, when he draws cars, dude, they're awesome. Like.
And his color palette, too, has been great the whole time, but it really stuck out to me in that scene specifically.
Yeah. Oh, I loved all the decals on the cars. Like, Montoya has her own car. And, like,
the way... Was cool. It was almost like a Speed Racer or, like, Power Rangers or... Do you know what I'm talking about?
It felt like Death Proof, that movie.
Is what it felt like when you have that panel where it's, like, the 5 of them, like, checking in.
Yeah.
I was like, I would totally see that in, like, Power Rangers or, like... Or Speed Racer, those kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like the anime kind of thing, but it felt like still really grounded and still really like not like goofy, like out of the style.
Yeah. Pardon me if he just like, dude, I just want to drive cars. I just want to draw all of these cars, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm telling you, Duke Thomas's car, dude, was the best.
What was his car? He didn't have the Volkswagen.
His was almost like a truck.
Was it? Oh yeah,
dude, it was cool.
That is, dude. And then didn't he just have the minivan with the Mad Hatter and Neo Joker just getting ready to hang out in front of Wayne Manor?
Well, but that's an interesting dynamic too. This is the most I've seen Mad Hatter be around and actually have conversations. So that's been kind of cool. I think Batman's starting to put together what's going on.
Yeah.
But even like his conversation with the original Harley is really interesting. And like their dynamic, like nothing is like, I appreciate it when there's stories where there's like no easy answers.
Uh-huh.
And it feels like one of those where it's like, it's not like, okay, it's a clean flip and Joker is completely good and Batman's completely bad. It's like, nope, that's real muddy right now.
Yeah. I like Batman going and trying to manipulate Harley a little bit. Like going, hey, remember, I didn't take you out when I should have, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's many times where I made it a lot easier for you when you didn't deserve it. He was really trying to get into her. Like he was working her, man. And as a psychologist, she should know, or is she a psychiatrist?
I think she's a psychiatrist.
That's right. So anyways, this book, dude, that was a gotta go. This whole issue is really good.
I love it.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. This is that one, dude. And I feel like it comes out it's not late. It's been coming out. I feel like it's every week it comes out, but it's not. It's every 4 weeks.
You say that about every book, though.
This one, though, literally comes out once a month, and I feel like I just think we talk about it a lot because it's so good. And I really can't wait to buy this in a hardcover and just...
It's going to be a good collected edition to have for sure.
This is the one I hope they put so many Easter eggs in this book when they like put together and like scripts and sketches and stuff because it's so fun. And I just wanted to like correct ourselves because we were talking about Sean Murphy's colors. It's really Matt Hollingsworth who's doing the colors.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so Matt Hollingsworth, I'm sorry if you're listening to this. Don't cry in your beer. Raise it up and celebrate yourself.
Love what you're doing, man.
Yeah, those colors are just fantastic, dude. So great book. And I'm very happy with it. So
agreed.
Smell those floppies, my friend.
Floppies smelled.
All the floppies. You know, Swamp Thing has a different smell than Batman, and Batman has a different smell than Adam Warlock. So there you go. So, all right, Matt, this was a very good episode, and I'm sorry I disappointed you on our anniversary.
Our anniversary on episode 45.
Hey, I'll make it up to you. Make it up to you next week.
Whatever. Good. It's too late now.
It's too late now. So, if you liked our show, and if you liked me, tell Matt how much you like me. make him feel bad for his attitude. You can find us online at www.letsgocast.com, where you can check out this show and the Let's Go podcast and our new show, the Starts Today podcast with Mike and Eric. And you can let us know how much you like these shows by going to iTunes. And actually, it's not even iTunes anymore. It's just the podcast store. It's the Apple Podcast Store. Go there and leave us a 5-star review. Please do that. That's the best thing you could do. That's the anniversary gift that we want and the one that Matt deserves.
And we have a link in the show notes where you can just click on that link.
Yeah, just click on that link. It'll take you right there. It's so easy to do. You can do it while you're pooping. Please do that. You can go to our Patreon site, though. Go to patreon.com/letsgocast, and you can support the show. You can get some T-shirts and some fun stuff and help us make the show better. Also, you can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Let's Go Comic Show. Give us a little bit of a tweet. Say, hey, man, I disagree with your thoughts. Say, hey, Matt, sorry that Justin forgot your anniversary. So, Matt, how can people find you on Twitter?
That is at Matt Ritchie, MattriChey.
There you go. And you can find me at J_Rocka. We will love to chat at you. And so for my friend Matt and for myself, I'm Justin.
He said it for me, but I'm Matt.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.